Star Wars fans, we need to talk. Recently, I was contacted by an old and trusted source that I have not heard from in a long time.
It's an older code, sir, but it checks out.
And I was given an absolute metric ton of information about Star Wars. And frankly, these days, I don't make a lot of videos about Star Wars. Shit kind of sucks. I'm kind of over it. I'm really disappointed. You know, super toxic fan these days. But a lot of the stuff I heard recently is actually dope as hell. It has me incredibly excited for at least Ahsoka Season 2 and potentially Star Wars overall. Don't get me wrong, there's some bad news, man. We're going to talk about some shit in this video that's like, what the is going on over there? However, in the midst of all of that, there is some hope, and so I want to explain overall what I heard. I'm going to go into crazy detail. I'm going to spoil the shit out of these shows and movies. I don't give a anymore, so I'm going to just do it all in this video. I guess if you don't want spoilers, don't watch it or whatever, but I'm about to tell you everything that's going on. A lot of this has me excited. I'm sorry, Dave. Dave, you're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue!
No, you don't like spoilers. I'm super sorry about this shit, but I'm actually trying to get people excited here. But so first off, Ahsoka Season 2. My goodness. I thought it was going to be really good. A lot of the rumors surrounding it seemed cool. But even I had no idea how much Dave was trying to do in this season. He is swinging for the absolute fences. First thing we want to talk about, Abeloth. Abeloth, 100% confirmed, a huge part of Season 2. They cast somebody really good for Abeloth. And of course, this confirms the long-held theory by me that the thing that was calling to Balin in Season 1 was Abeloth. I was the first person to make a big theory video about this back in the day after watching some of the episodes of Season 2. There were clues and breadcrumbs as far as why I thought it was Abeloth. Go check that video out. I'll link it in the description below. According to this insider information, 100% Abeloth. Big part of the show. Second thing that's crazy about Ahsoka Season 2, and I'm curious as to how the normies will respond to this, but you're getting a shit ton of Anakin Skywalker. Anakin is a huge part of the story. He's a series regular. In Force Ghost form, he's probably going to be hanging out with Sabine and Ahsoka a lot. And honestly, that makes perfect sense if you're following the big-time lore, the stuff with the Celestials, the One, the Father, the Daughter, the Son, all the Mortis stuff. That's absolutely what Dave is cooking here. My own speculation is that Anakin Skywalker is the father and that this whole thing with the mother is connected to some big-time Force thing, huge lore-breaking potential thing. That's what Peridia is. That's what this whole season's going to be. It's crazy. So, Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, series regular. You're getting a ton of Anakin in Season 2. I wonder what you think about that. Next thing we got to talk about, Tamara Morrison. Oh my God, Boba Fett himself is going to be in the show again, probably playing Rex or some other characters, one of the clones. And as a small side note here, I was also told that Tem Morrison has a big announcement for Star Wars Celebration next month. I think it's probably Boba Season 2, and hopefully they actually just make him a badass bounty hunter again. But that I'm not 100% sure on. I was just told he has a big announcement. He's going to be in Ahsoka Season 2. That's cool. All right, next crazy thing. Ewan McGregor is in the show. I know, but it's true. Obi-Wan is in the show, not only for flashbacks. Mandela Greenberg, or whatever her name is, the young Ahsoka, she's back too. So they're going to do flashbacks with Hayden, Ewan, and young Ahsoka. Oh my God, we're finally getting it. Probably more extensive than what they did in Season 1. That's probably sort of a trial run, and they were, you know, just figuring out how to potentially do that in Season 1. I think they can expand on it now in Season 2. But here's the thing that's crazy. I'm pretty sure Ewan McGregor is not just back for flashbacks, and there's something crazy going on with Force Ghosts, cosmic nature, the Ones, Abeloth. Oh my God. And that leads me to the next one, man. Friggin' Liam Neeson. He said he was done, but he also said he was never going to be in that Kenobi show before he actually appeared in it. Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon will be in Ahsoka Season 2, likely in Force Ghost form as well. This has to do with the crazy. I mean, like, guys, are you listening to what I'm saying right now? They're going crazy with Force Ghost and cosmic Force, Jedi, Sith, Abeloth-esque stuff. They're absolutely going for it. I can't believe it. This one's gonna blow your freaking mind and probably make your butthole quiver. Sam Witwer, fan favorite actor from the Clone Wars, from Rebels, famously did Maul for so long. Sam Witwer is going to play the son in flashbacks to Mortis in Ahsoka Season 2. Oh my god, we're finally getting, and he's actually going to play the son in the flashbacks. They have apparently cast actors to play the father and then the daughter from the Mortis flashbacks as well. They might even be the voice actors, I'm not sure. But you're getting Sam Witwer, and I'll just throw in another bonus thing here. It's absolutely nuts. If you're a huge Darth Maul fan, well, guess what? The next big Star Wars animated show is focusing on Darth Maul, and I would expect Sam Witwer to be back to voice the main Darth Maul in that show. And then finally, what I can reveal is that there's obviously a Thrawn element happening in the main Star Wars galaxy. I don't know how much of that will be in the actual Season 2 of Ahsoka, but I know for sure we're going to get a scene with Leia and Mon Mothma talking about Grand Admiral Thrawn. And the reason that's so cool is because we know they still have a plan to use Leia and Han and Luke, most likely in Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie, which I think is still the movie that he's planning to do in 2027 or 2028. And we haven't seen Leia a lot in the Mando verse. We obviously got a lot of young Luke, and they've tried different things with that. It seems to work. And Leia is mentioned in the first season of Ahsoka, but we don't see her. It's just C-3PO. So now we're going to finally get full-on Leia. It'll be interesting to see what she looks like. How's that performance? How does it look digitally, etc.? And it's going to set up the Heir to the Empire thing. Thrawn is this massive threat now. Maybe we'll get an update as far as what he's doing on Dathomir. I'm not really sure. But that concludes everything I'm allowed to talk about with Ahsoka Season 2. And that's the thing, guys. There's even more. There's even more crazy shit that I'm holding on to that I can't talk about. But my God, this has me excited. Now, look, for some of you, this might not be it. You might not like the cameos, the crazy Force, weird wizard stuff, and that's fine. Maybe you like Andor. Totally cool. They spent $700 million to get you 2 seasons of a show that I think sucks ass. Congratulations. Go watch Andor and get the fuck out of my face. Because for me, this is Star Wars. This is what it's about, man. This is the real shit. And I'm so excited. Legitimately, man. I was excited for Ahsoka Season 2. This is my kind of Star Wars. And I love what Dave Filoni did in a lot of his animated stuff. And, you know, Season 1 rather had some incredible moments. Episode 5, Episode 6, some of my favorite live action Star Wars. My God. And then the last 2 episodes kind of sucked ass. But after hearing all this, man, oh my God. Like, I just can't believe the ambition. The fucking balls on Dave Filoni to go for it this hard with weird mystical Force ghosts, weird, you know, mother type stuff, Mortis flashbacks. My God, there's some crazy shit going on here. So that's really cool. And now that I've hyped you up about that, let's talk about the bad news. It's pretty much everything else. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Man, unfortunately, this movie is exactly what we thought it was going to be. It's a side mission, weird movie that seems fucking pointless. And there's no big surprises. There's no cameos. There's no Luke currently in this thing. Apparently, it's literally just a movie with Din Djarin, Grogu, and then Rada. And Rada, I believe, is the son of friggin' Jabba the Hutt. And apparently, he's literally just one of the main characters. It's just those 3 hanging out, doing kind of side mission weird stuff. And unfortunately, my source told me it's going terribly. Nobody's excited about it. And it was probably a movie just forced to be made because they couldn't figure out other films. My source thinks it's gonna bomb in the box office and potentially do a lot of damage to the Star Wars brand. By the way, my advice to the people at Lucasfilm that are watching this video because it got flagged for revealing a bunch of actual information from your studio, I don't actually know that to be true, by the way. I'm just saying some stuff I heard from someone that said stuff. But I have some advice from you, Lucasfilm. Fucking don't do this. Make it way cooler. Put Luke Skywalker in it. Honestly, doesn't even matter. You can make a bullshit ass, weird ass Rada the Hutt movie with Din and Grogu for an hour and a half, and then have Luke Skywalker fly in and save everybody and do some wicked, crazy ass shit in the 3rd act, and people will forgive you, and the movie will actually make money. But if you seriously think you're going to be able to make a Mando Grogu side mission thing that soft sets up a bunch of shit but never fully commits to anything awesome in its own right, I think you're in for a rough time. I think that movie's going to really underperform. I mean, I might see it once and then be like, what the f? So that's kind of bad. And honestly, all the stuff we've heard about how bad it is for Lucasfilm are true. This thing is a disaster. Let's talk about Kathleen Kennedy a little bit here. So according to my source here, Jon Favreau is basically going to be done with Lucasfilm after this Mandalorian era wraps up. Probably means the Mando Grogu movie, which I've heard Jon is not even that thrilled about making. He literally directed some of it from home because he was sick of Kathy's shit and potentially had the flu because of Kathy too. Point is, man, it's not all sunshine and rainbows over there. And Jon Favreau is for sure not taking over as president or co-president. He doesn't want any part of that shit. He's going to come do this movie. He's probably going to help Dave set up his seasons and then the Heir to the Empire movie. Jon might even do another season of Mandalorian or maybe some other show. But in 3 to 4 years, when Star Wars wraps up this Mandalorian era, Jon Favreau is out from what I've heard. He's not even going to be involved in Lucasfilm, like, basically at all. And the culture over there is crumbling. It's as bad as you would think. However, here's something that's kind of interesting, and I do want to kind of end on this note of positivity. I was asking my source about all these Rey movies and the craziness that's going on with Star Wars as a brand overall, and he told me that there is a potential overhaul happening there, and that a lot of the stuff that Kathleen Kennedy has been talking about via the press, because she basically just leaks stuff to the press, like, from her camp, and that's how we know about her plans to do, like, 6 Rey movies, and even though she's retiring, she's still going to stay on and produce movies and, like, look over Dave Filoni's shoulder for like 6 more years. I get the impression that that is Kathy using mouthpieces in the press to try to present one side of a story, but there are other people at Lucasfilm, and I'm hoping that the other people include Dave Filoni, and these other people actually want to take Star Wars in a different direction, and they want to overhaul the entire thing. By the way, it's possible this overhaul idea is actually coming from Kevin Feige, and there's a lot of rumors that Feige could actually come in and be involved in Star Wars. I technically think that's still possible, and I wouldn't hate it. But the thing I know for sure, the thing that's giving me a lot of comfort here, is that it's not as though everybody's just on board with Kathy's way of doing things forever. And there are definitely people at Lucasfilm, and perhaps even people at Disney over top of Lucasfilm, that want major change with how Star Wars currently operates, which I think would be great because currently it sucks ass, frankly. So hopefully that side wins, and hopefully we don't get a ton of Rey movies developed, and hopefully we don't have years and years of Kathleen Kennedy still producing movies even though she's no longer the president. I think Star Wars needs freshness. I'm really looking forward to Ahsoka Season 2. A lot of those rumors to me sound incredible. That's my version of Star Wars. That's what I want Star Wars to be, and so I hope Season 2 of Ahsoka will be very successful. It's probably going to come out basically around the same time as the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which might actually be a stinker and might upset a lot of fans. And so it will be good to have Ahsoka Season 2 as sort of a palate cleanser and something to get excited about, and that will potentially lead into Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie. And I've been told the Heir to the Empire movie is the film fans are waiting for. Young Luke Skywalker is supposed to be a main player in that. You're going to have Han and Leia. It's going to be very much similar to Heir to the Empire from Timothy Zahn's novels. And what I'm saying to you is, if we can just make it to that, I think Star Wars might be okay. I think Star Wars fans might be okay. I mean, if we get a new show based on Maul, right? And then we get Book of Boba Fett Season 2 and Boba's back to being a badass, right? And then Ahsoka Season 2 is really crazy, trippy, and doing Abeloth. And then we set up Heir to the Empire. Like, dude, maybe we can survive the Mando Grogu movie being kind of lame. Maybe we can survive some of the other shows or movies being lame. Like, we might even be able to survive a Rey movie if Dave Filoni truly cooks within the Mandalorian era. Anyway, this video turned way longer than I expected it to. I just wanted to give you these crazy updates, talk about the good news, the bad news, and the potential hope for the future when it comes to Star Wars. I think this shit is legit, man. We don't know for sure. Take it as a rumor for now, but this is coming from one of my best sources. Some of you probably remember this, but when the finale of Ahsoka Season 1 dropped, I was given a ton of leaks about that finale, and I actually didn't share them publicly, but I wrote them down on a piece of paper before we watched the episode, and all 3 of those crazy things 100% happened in the finale. This source that just hit me up, same source that gave me that information before the finale. And now he or she is probably dead because Disney has triangulated their information with all of their Disney Mickey Mouse satellites and shit, sorry. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.